Good evening, you are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sends a cable of greetings to His Highness the President of the United Arab Emirates on the 47th National Day. And the Sultanate's fiscal deficit declines by 36% by the end of September 2018. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, on the 47th National Day. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Bonhang Furachith of Laos on his country's National Day. And His Majesty sent a cable of condolences to His Excellency President Donald Trump of the United States of America on the death of the former U.S. President George Bush. The Sultanate's fiscal deficit fell by 36%, according to the National Center for Statistics and Information. The total financing of the Sultanate amounted to more than 1.9 billion Omani riyals by the end of September 2018. Net borrowing decreased by 63% to reach 1.5 billion riyals. Meanwhile, the oil revenues recorded an increase by 44%. The Sultanate's permanent delegation in the United Nations in New York held a reception ceremony to celebrate the 48th Glorious National Day. The welcoming party was led by His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al Harthi, Sultanate's permanent envoy to the UN in New York. The celebration witnessed a wide participation from diplomats, senior personnel from the United Nations, as well as many other officials. During the ceremony, a speech was presented stressing on the march of the Omani Renaissance under the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan, as well as focusing on the achievements of the Sultanate in various fields. In the Wilaya of Ibri, in the Governorate of Dhahira, a national celebration was organized by the citizens on the occasion of the 48th Glorious National Day. It included artistic performances by a group of children and youth, in addition to poetic sessions, traditional dances, and various other activities. The event came to embody the meanings of allegiance and loyalty to the beloved leader and country. During the celebration, the participants expressed sincere greetings and wishes on this glorious occasion, asking Allah the Almighty to return such happy occasions on His Majesty with health, and to Oman and its nation with permanent welfare. In celebration of the 48th National Day, Ministry of Heritage and Culture organized in the Wilaya of Al Jazir a cultural open day in cooperation with Women's Association in the Wilaya. The event aimed at promoting cultural awareness and emphasizing on the significance of preserving heritage. The Cultural Open Day contained 3 exhibitions, one by students from Al-Kahl Primary Education School, containing their artistic works. The second exhibition was organized by the local women from the Wilaya of Al Jazir, while the third exhibition presented handicrafts made by members of Women Association. The night ceremony attracted many citizens who have listened to poetry recitations, vigorously interacted with a sketch on the value of education, and bewitched by national songs, as well as the traditional dances of Shila and Bar'a. The Buraymi Municipal Council discussed during its 9th meeting a number of issues. The issue of tourism sectors dominated the discussion. The Council started the session with the approval of the previous minutes of the meeting, followed by a discussion on the approved proposals and recommendations. The Tourism Committee in the Council proposed during the meeting organizing a tourism festival in the Governorate of Buraymi. The proposal was well received by members of the Council. The Council also discussed the reply from the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources on car dealerships and suggested places for them. Moreover, the Council deliberated on means to improve postal services in the 3 wilayas of Buraymi Governorate in coordination with Muwasalat and Oman Post. Still to come in our news bulletin. Musandam Tourism Forum highlights the touristic potentials of the governorate. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Under the theme, Be There for Someone Else, Give Blood, Share Life, the Wilaya of Sohar in North Batna Governorate joined the crowd in this initiative launched by the Ministry of Health that aims at supporting blood banks in various governorates and also tests the readiness of medical services system during emergencies and crises. The initiative, which will last for the next 3 weeks, attracted many citizens and residents who were eager to donate their blood and called others to contribute in this endeavor. Within the framework to support the efforts of tourism promotion in the governorate of Musandam, the Ministry of Tourism organized the Musandam Tourism Forum. The governorate is well known for its touristic potentials as the bodies concerned work continuously to develop various sectors and vital projects. The forum was accompanied by some traditional activities, cultural competitions, sports events, as well as a session for productive families. George H.W. Bush, a patrician New Englander whose presidency soared with the coalition victory over Iraq and Kuwait, but then plummeted in the throes of a weak economy that led voters to turn him out of office after a single term, has died. He was 94. The World War II hero, who also presided during the collapse of the Soviet Union and the final months of the Cold War, died last night. His wife of more than 70 years, Barbara Bush, died in April 2018. The son of a senator and father of a president, Bush was the man with the golden resume who rose through the political ranks from congressman to UN ambassador, Republican Party chairman to envoy to China, CIA director to two-term vice president under the hugely popular Ronald Reagan. An avid outdoorsman who took Theodore Roosevelt as a model, Bush sought to safeguard the environment and signed the first improvements to the Clean Air Act in more than a decade. He also signed the landmark Americans with Disabilities Act to ban workplace discrimination against people with disabilities and require improved access to public places and transportation. The United States yesterday circulated a UN resolution condemning the Hamas group which controls Gaza. It was circulated as the 193-member vaulted body was voting in favor of multiple pro-Palestinian resolutions. Leslie Ordman, policy advisor of the U.S. mission to the United Nations, said for the first time they are introducing a standalone resolution to condemn Hamas and other militant groups for their indiscriminated attacks on civilians and primary role in the worsening humanitarian and economic situation in Gaza. Riyad Mansour, the Palestinian UN ambassador, thanked the General Assembly for voting in favor of the resolutions and asked that delegations vote against the upcoming U.S.-Hamas resolution. The U.S. mission said it expects a vote next week on the Hamas resolution, which is not legally binding. Iran today launched a domestically built destroyer in the Gulf capable of traveling some 5 months without refueling. The 1,300-ton vessel, named Sahand after a mountain in northern Iran, took 6 years to build. The inauguration ceremony was held at the southern port of Bandar Abbas at the mouth of the strategic Strait of Hormuz, the passageway for nearly a third of all oil traded by sea. The Sahand has a helicopter landing pad, is 96 meters long and can cruise at 25 knots. It is equipped with surface-to-surface and surface-to-air missiles, as well as anti-aircraft batteries and sophisticated radar and radar evading capabilities. China President Xi Jinping met Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Buenos Aires on the sidelines of the G20 summit. The report said Xi told the Crown Prince that China firmly supports Saudi Arabia in its drive for economic diversification and social reform, and the two sides should boost their cooperation in various fields. Xi then called for the two nations to work together to better synergize the Belt and Road Initiative with the Saudi Vision 2030. The Crown Prince in turn told Xi that Saudi Arabia expects China to play a bigger role on the global stage and would like to facilitate more exchanges between China and Arab countries as well as the Islamic world. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning. Over the coasts of the Arabian Sea and the Sea of Oman, winds will be northeasterly to easterly light to moderate, while seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sends a cable of greetings to His Highness the President of the United Arab Emirates on the 47th National Day. And the Sultanate's fiscal deficit declines by 36% by the end of September 2018. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.